Felder's cheapest Mitre indexing system is a great option for the outrigger on your slider. I found it to be super accurate and really easy to use. There is, however, one rather bizarre part about its design that I'm hoping to fix today. So this is a great option. These pins drop into the holes in this channel that's bolted to this aluminum cross member here. And it's simply a case of undoing this, move it to whatever position you want, and the pin indexes nice and positively in that hole. It's fantastic to know that I can go back to that 10-degree mark or the 20-degree mark or the 22.5-degree mark. But of course, that's not always the case. I might be going somewhere in between, somewhere at say 17 degrees or whatever the case may be. And in that case, I just need to simply move the fence to where I want to be, 17, and then tighten this kip lever down. Now, to be sure of what I'm doing, I'm going to make my cut and I'll check it with this angle finder. And when I'm not using the indexing pin, it is essentially, it works the same as what it does without this whole indexing system. So the same as on my last machine. The issue that I had with the old machine from time to time over the years, and I've had it with this machine also, is, you know, when I put the fence back to 90 degrees and tighten things down, you know, if I'm not really careful to index it on this stop here, sometimes for whatever reason, I don't know why it is, but it, you know, I'll start cutting something and I'll find that it's not actually square. And when I look at this, it's not hard against this stop, which, you know, that's user error, that's on me. However, I just find it really strange that, you know, with this system, why they couldn't have made this piece of channel 3 inches longer and have a hole to register the fence at 90 degrees. Surely if these holes are all laid out at exactly 5 degrees, and they are accurate, I know, I've actually checked, why could they not have added a one at 0 or 90 degrees? I don't understand why. I'm sure there is logic behind it, and you know, probably from people that are way smarter than me. So today what I'm going to try and do is just, and I don't have any steel angle or anything, but I'm just going to use a piece of aluminum or aluminium angle to bolt to here with a hole in it that will allow me to register the fence with this pin at exactly 90 degrees. So let's grab some aluminum angle and let's get it done. 2 inches. This will, there we go, come off. Easy peasy. It gives me access to the, and I've probably got some pieces of metal that I've already drilled and tapped and stuff for this, so. Okay. The blade on this is a positive hook. It's a thin kerf blade, which will help. I don't have any lubricant. Typically, or ideally, I'd have some wax or something to put on the blade that will help. But being a positive rake or positive hook angle, sorry, to this blade, I do need to be pretty careful that I don't go in too hard. So. You know what? I think this would actually be better with a 45-degree angle. So maybe I'll cut that at 45 just to soften that angle. Make sure that I'm not bumping into a sharp edge. Sounds like that is starting to bind up. Set that back to 0. Again, like I say, this is not critical, these dimensions. You can see this is sort of binding up, which is typical with aluminum. So that's where like a waxy sort of product that you can get would help. So, all right, let's take this to the edge sander and clean her up. Just use this to remove the burrs, all the sharp bits. That ought to do it. I think that end I haven't cleaned up because that's never going to be seen. So hopefully this will be accurate enough. We'll see. I will have some adjustment on where I actually, bolt it onto that piece. So that's going to help. 30. I'm just going to check that. I think that looks more central. Okay. Oh, and I've got to take that corner off there. The holes in the piece are actually 8 millimeters, but because the pins are tapered, I'm just going with a 5/16 drill bit, which should be plenty. What do I do there? Drilling the aluminum is really easy. It's pretty soft. Drilling these holes, it would be certainly nicer if I had a vise. However, I don't. I just need to be really careful, especially as I go through the material, because that's typically where it'll grab if it's going to grab and rip it out of your hands. So. Okay, oops. Time to look in one of my mini junk drawers here. That's what I'm after. I should have more of these. There we go. There's 2 of those. I've got a bunch of these sort of bits and pieces that I've made up over the years to fit all the various different pieces of bits and pieces of stuff, I guess. So I've always got, you know, bits of this hanging around. I'm glad I didn't drill these any closer, or these would have been bumping into each other. Okay. There's a bit of give, obviously, you know, up and down. So is this looks pretty square where it is. Tighten these up. And by rights, if I've drilled this hole accurately, then it should hold that in position. I mean, that was okay. Right. And that is at 90 degrees, so that certainly feels right. Okay. I won't put that back just yet. All right, so that's just hitting that stop, which is exactly where I want it to be. That's off. Now, as this goes back and hits that stop, and that's not moving anywhere. I am going to say that, oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. All right. Well, so, I mean, if anyone can, you know, explain perhaps why this isn't made longer and has a hole for a positive stop at 90 degrees, please let me know in the comment section down below. I really don't know why this won't work. I can't see any reason why it won't work, but I will make sure to let you know in the coming months or years. If there are any issues, I will definitely let you know, and if you don't hear from me, you'll know it's working perfectly. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit like, and if you're not already subscribed, please do. Thanks very much for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, one last thing to do. Let's hope this doesn't have to come back off. Beautiful.